Thank you, Mr. Kirti. Now I invite Ms. Bhavani to introduce the resource person to the gathering.
N. Lakshmi Narasimhan is currently the General Manager HR of Brakes India Private Limited, Padi, Chennai. His educational background includes a BS Engineering Technology from BITS Pilani, MBA in Human Resources from Anna University, and PG Diploma in Personal Development Management and Labor Law from Alagappa University. He is a certified lead auditor in ISO 14001 Environment Management System by Miss Bureau Veritas India. Certified assessor on emotional intelligence and personal profile analysis by Miss Thomas Assessment International. His career path: 30 plus years of experience covering technical training in the field of tool and die making, tool and die designing, tool and mold manufacturing, brakes manufacturing, skill development initiatives, learning and development, SHE management, quality system standards, manpower planning and recruitment, employees motivation and talent life cycle management. Imparted technical training to 175 tools and die makers during the period of 1987 to 1994 at NTTF. Produced 50 entrepreneurs having industries at Bangalore, Pune, Mumbai and Chennai. 2 of them are having industries at Australia. Played a lead role in developing, establishing and successfully running skills development centers at Brakes India. Delivered motivational sessions on various topics including press tool manufacturing, design, lean manufacturing, TPM, modern manufacturing practices, industry 4.0, career guidance and reading for industry expectation at more than 120 colleagues in the past 8 years. Life member in ISTD and currently holding the position of Honorable Treasurer of Chennai Chapter. Industrial representative and member in Mode of Studies and IQCC in 6 Engineering College. His personal belief is every person has got the potential to scale greater heights if properly guided, coached and motivated.
For the opportunity to come here. I have the pleasure to visit Veltech. I have been associated with Veltech for the past 8 years. Regular visits for various purposes. Maybe a first visit to the MBA department of Veltech. Thank you. I just thought that this day I thought of sharing my experience being an HR person and being an engineer turned HR. My mind is always think that why don't you be a great engineer? Because I initial thought of my experiences dealing with machines, I felt that more satisfied life than dealing with human beings, because we are dealing with the feelings of the people. Very tough one. I just want to talk about the talent life cycle management, what is happening in each and every company, but I also would like to share few of my own experiences in dealing with human and putting a case to all of you, being the management graduates. What will you do if you are in that position? Some of the positions, some of the challenges we may not learn from our book. The book may teach us the 9-grade leadership model. But if I try to follow that in practice, I may not succeed. The book may talk about the latest management concepts, but when I apply in practical life, it may not help. I dealt with human beings, mostly the blue collar for some time, then the white collar, where a person was so good till 9 a.m., goody, excellent. We had the very best of best talks, discussions. At 10 a.m., suddenly the entire relationship collapsed. We should look at what happens. Maybe something problem in that we need to understand them and then talk to them. We need to understand the emotion. That's why I say to be a successful people, a successful business graduate or leader, I look at 5 Qs before I go into that. One is the colleges, what we study, the subjects all gives us the knowledge on the first Q called as the intelligent quotient, which makes us to understand what is that, what is the various subject of that. But to be moving towards a successful, we need to acquire the remaining Qs. One is how to be emotionally stable at difficult situations. Today, that is what is one of the biggest assessment being done, being a management graduate, when you go for attend for interviews for your this one. Today people will look at you more than digital connect. We call that as a social quotient. If I don't have my social quotient in right things, I may not be able to succeed. And the last to keep in our organization employees or even self, our own self. We need to believe that we are able to make changes, we are able to attain our life goals, dreams. We need to have that other one, we call it, which cannot be bought by money, which cannot be bought by anything. That's called as a happy quotient. We need to have that. Even in my work of 25 years at Breaks India or prior experiences, many times I thought of quitting. Even recent experience, I thought I can also go into college and then be there happy on that. My wife used to say, you cannot give money for your HQ. In your CTC, we also say that for the people who are there, we don't add that HQ part. I come from a company where it says many times we feel that the 10% of my CTC is HQ. So I always had that whatever the CTC I get plus 10% HQ, because it is only 3 kilometers from my home. I'm able to go reach, and I feel I want to go home, something in that I can go have this one because of the long innings. We need to also build this HQ into our work and then do it on them. Okay. So before going to my presentation, I have 3 agenda for the day. One is being an HR person. I am a physical engineer, but I don't HR. I know that. Some of my best experiences come when I was an engineer. Some of my best of best engineering knowledge has been gained when I am a person working with the machines and other things. But more than that, when I started working with the human beings, a lot of challenges I faced. Similarly, what are the key challenges which you all will face in the next generation, you all the Gen Zs or the millennials? So what is that? So what are the key challenges which is there for HR? Then my purpose being here to talk about the talent life cycle management, which is being practiced in any industry, what we do it. It is not only for the industry what I come from, the auto industry, but it is applicable to all the industries. You take FMCG, you take pharma, you take medical construction, you take infrastructure, you take IT, whichever the industry, definitely they have their own talent life cycle management, so that the talent is being nurtured, grown and then taken care. And the last, I thought that I can talk about the personal cases and take 1 or 2 questions on that. This is what the agenda on that. Feel free. I welcome you to put questions, keep it reserved for the last this one on it. I feel that at the end of this, say about 90 minutes or 75 minutes from now, should add value to your life. That is what I come from, because I strongly believe that addressing about 120 colleges, even last week I was there, yesterday I was in a program at IIT Madras. So wherever I go, I tell that at the end of the day I should add value, because it's your time, your money. Today it's all the business graduates are there. Whatever the time you spend, it's definitely it's an investment, what I call it is. The investment should give return, because otherwise you don't have that calculation called as ROI. Even today, whatever the work we do, everybody is questioning us, what is the ROI? The first question mark. What are the key challenges in the current scenario? One is the market conditions is not that good, turbulence is there. You must have heard the newspaper, you must have read a lot of things. The auto industry is not doing, other industries associated with the auto industry is not doing good. Think of a situation like company where we are all very busy till 6 months, where we are working for 6 days, we could not get people out for programs. Suddenly everything is dropped, where we have to think of making our shift adjustment from 6-day to 5-day week, 5-day to 4-day. There are some companies who just go for 3 days. We have to think of block closures, how to compensate. You have to also see that the people are being paid for that. You need to get your payment from your customers. You need to get the payment whatever they are done it. You also need to pay the payment to your suppliers who are supplied to you, because it's all the chain. So the current scenario is, it's not only current scenario, every time it's going to be the VUCA world, where you are going to have the volatility. The uncertainty is going to be there, the complexity is there, then the ambiguity is. I look at it something else, where I look at it the V as a vision part, where I am looking forward for a new opportunity, where I am able to make it something useful to us, where I know that it is giving me a complex opportunity, a challenges to me, move with an ambition. All of us have ambition, how to move with that. That's what my VUCA. Today people want to have the faster shifts in technology. Till 5 years back, an industry where I come would have not even talked about artificial intelligence or the machine learning or the blockchain technology. Today, it is a situation which makes us to go and talk about the industry 4.0. How can I shift myself, my business to faster adoption? to the new IIoTs or the virtual realities or the augmented realities or the cyber security. How can I prevent that? How can I see that the additive manufacturing can come into that? This is all the part of my industry 4.0, what I work on. It is also the product like is today, irrespective of the business, where in one turn we say Maruti is not doing good, Honda is doing good. Kia is doing a good booking, KG is having booking. People are looking forward for new models, new varieties. They don't want that. 10 years back or 8 years back when I took my Swift Desire, that was a car which I preferred in 2011. Last year the same opportunity, people told me the new Desire has come. Still I look forward for a better car, even though I know that the cost of the Swift Desire is 7 lakhs, but I look forward something which is better, maybe a car which is more than 10 lakhs. So I took, okay, why do you want to go for this one? Let me go for the next level. Today the higher end cars are selling more and more. The technology, what is happening? People are looking for a shorter product development cycles. They want innovation, even in your work or whatever the projects you do. People look at that, what is the new thing which added. Everyday innovation, everyday challenge. In all businesses, the bar on the quality in terms of the people, product, process goes up every time, every day, every moment. We think that last year the bar was this. Somebody asked me what will be your cutoff for this one, this selection part. I said it will be a little bit above only. Nothing is going to come down. So the scaling capacities are increasing rapidly. With the geography spread, we become world is flat, item 1. Ultimately, it is very important. You need the right talent. Right talent is not only that, the right talent should also deliver results. Ultimately, at the end of the day, the results matter. I may say that I have trained so many people, I make it, you all attended for 1 hour, 15 minutes. You should create something which should make you happy after 5 years down the lane. Hey, come on here, I am able to deliver the results. That is what is the business going on that. I also would like to talk about the employee perspective. This is from the other perspective. What are our expectations? When I move with so many people, year on year I spend time with almost 2,000 to 3,000 people, the diploma engineers, the graduate engineers, of course not much time with the management graduates because we have a limited scope of employing them, but we engage them, talk to them during the internship, other processes. What is their aspirations? What is their expectations? They want more challenging one. There are people who come and ask me after. We thought that of engaging people in a steady whatever we followed the last 7 years. I just want to quote one experience here. We have engaged few graduate engineers. We have assigned them some task. One of my plant head in a manufacturing has given a task to one of the engineers thinking that it will take a day's work. So he was happy that this fellow will take the entire day and then finish it. But the boy was so clear and clever, was able to complete that 8 hours task in an hour's time. He took only 1 hour, almost 1/8 of the time. They want more challenging. So he went after 1 hour to him, what next? So this man called me, sir, I am not able to engage him, please you take back, give him someone. This is the life. So we are looking forward for more challenging work, more lateral and diversified work. The technology, it's today, it's available to all of us. All of us work on that platform. We learn continuously. The new apps are coming. Social networking is happening. We know what is happening. Today the entire world, we know within a short span of time, what is the new things which is happening across the globe, not only the video, other part of it. Even the learning part, it's happening. People want more vacation. My people say that, come on yeah, you all say 6-day week, sorry. I will do whatever the 6 days work in 3 days. Give me 3 days of holiday with payment. With pay is important. We cannot just like that. They want that. They want more vacation. They want work from home. Please think of a company like us, a manufacturing industry. Even there they start asking. We all need to work we have to work with machines. I think my people say that no sir, all this can be controlled. Come on, you can make it. Increase the cycle time. You can do it. People look for more vacation, enjoyment. They want higher pay in a short span. People are jumping, hopping within a span of 3 months, 6 months. I met recently an engineer. In a span of 5 years, he has worked for 10 companies. I asked him what made you to move. He was very honest to tell me that, sir, every time 6 months I see that if there is an hike in payment of 500 rupees, I will jump. In 5 years, 10 companies, I said, you will not be able to fit for me. I am looking for someone who is coming and having a longer innings. I look for player to play the test batting test matches, not the player who want to play a T20 match. But T20 is also interesting because you need to have the cycle, people have to rotate. Some of the companies look forward for that. If you ask some people, they said, I want people to more and more people to move out so that new talent comes. But the life is that higher pay, more affinity and community organizational work. They want more flexi time, and we family, they want to spend time on that. So these are all the challenges what we are expecting on that. So in HR perspective, what is happening? We need to attract the right talent, first point. The talent which comes to any organization comes with their mind that they are going to learn, grow, contribute, perform so that they are able to take the organization to the next level. It's a very big challenge because you need to retain them. What happens to most of the companies today? They take the right talent, but the talent which comes with a very set of mind that if I continue beyond 5 years or beyond 3 years, because of the peer pressure, they feel that I will not be able to grow. But that's also good. Sometimes we all make a mistake. We have made a mistake of continuing an organization for 25 years. Now sometimes we repent that we should also jump once in 5 years so that our growth would have been much, because we would have learned something new. So talent is very important. Attracting key players, the star performers, retention of them is a very, very important for every organization. Clear-cut roles and responsibilities. What role each and every person has to do it. In any organization, any type of this one on it. Even you take the driver of Uber as well as Ola, there are clear-cut roles and responsibilities defined. If you see who is the boss for them? For Ola and Uber, who is the boss? Huh? Who is the boss? The mobile is the boss. Because it gives them instruction. The moment you drop a customer client, automatically next comes you have to pick this. Based on your rating, you get number of clients. It's all happening. So the mobile only gives instruction. Maybe somebody else. The mobile is the. So every person, you take Ola or Uber, still there can be a clear-cut roles and responsibilities. That's important. I'm just giving you an example outside. So clarity is important. The management, performance management system. People want rewards in a proper manner. They need to be evaluated. So you need to create a robust performance management system in every organization, including colleges. Rewarding peak performance. People are looking at that. If I do a very good performance, reward me. If my rewards are not this one, definitely I look for a change. What happened? I get moved from a status called as engage to slowly, partially engage, then to disengage, then quit. People will be there. As per Gallup study, they say only 30% of people in every organization engage. 70 are just either partially engaged or disengaged. There will be 20%. They disengage, but they carry. An organization like us, we don't send people out. If you see some other organization, they see that if there is non-performer, they give pink slips. So they want to work on the teamwork and synergy, because we all come from a family with a nucleus or nuclear family with one child. So we know that. So today, what is missing is the teamwork and synergy. We are good as individuals, but when we go in for a collective work, we are not able to mingle, we are not able to move with them. But an organization is important that everyone's organization goal has to be achieved only with a collective responsibility of people. So teamwork and synergy makes an important activity for the organization. Communication between teams, and then capabilities of the people, where people need to look forward for the next activities, next generation. Today we say we are in 2019, almost 2020. What are the people capabilities required for 2030? What are the new skills they require, new knowledge which they require, how to train them. So you need to do this capability building process in a continuous manner. The continuous learning organization, where we say learning has to happen regularly, not one time. What are the media, what are the means possible, look at that. We used to have a classroom sessions, we used to have offboarding, then we thought of e-learning, challenges work, competition, something we are making so that people are able to learn continuously on that. And last, an attitude which creates a winning organization. Every organization wants to be the number, the number one. They want to move towards that. They are working for it. So how can I retain my position? Because it's a competitive world. As I told you, when Maruti is not able to, Honda is doing good. So how can I go do the same thing? They study the strategies. What is happening there? Now moving towards that, my topic for the day, what to do towards moving to the HR excellence. We thought that the talent life cycle management has to be managed are done well now. What is talent life cycle management? It's a 5 bucket, we call it as. Each and every bucket has got an importance. Each and every bucket has got a metrics. If the metrics and the importance is evolved and arrived, you will be able to retain the talent in the organization. The talent can be nurtured, grown. The organization can achieve its expectations in terms of the whatever the financial profits or whatever other social profits, all that can be happening. So basically we call this a talent life cycle in a 5A bucket. One is called as the starting, the point, as I told you, where you have to recruit the right talent. It is nothing but attracting and recruiting and selecting the best talent available so that the organization is able to get benefit out of the individual. How to do it? We'll come back a little later. That's starting point. Once I am able to attract and recruit the best talent, I should see that this talent is engaged and retained. How can I see that the engagement level go beyond 3 years, beyond 5 years, beyond 10 years? How can I see them they are engaged on a daily basis? Because what happens when an organization, if people like mine, where I have a 25 years bonding with the organization, maybe at one point of time we go into the complacent mode, where we feel that all that we achieved for 25 years, let me continue in a sagging model. How to see that this complacent doesn't come into that? How to keep them continuously engaged and so that they are able to still contribute for the growth of organization? Then you need to have the robust performance management system. Today, every individual is very clear that what is my role, what will be my activities, how will I be assessed, what will be my next level of elevation. I recently happened to induct a new person into my team, a 25-year boy, who came into that. After 2 days he came to me, sir, these are all my roles you have listed out, my JDs are given, my KRAs are given. Tell me, if I want to move to next level, what should I do? That too I asked, when do you want to move next level? Normally I thought that people will wait for 1 year, 2 years. He said, I am in a probation for 6 months. At the end of my probation, I want to be next level. I want to reach the level 4 in a span of 3 years. That is what is the ambition, what they come out of it. So how to keep them? You need to have the robust performance management system. You need to have the compensation and benefits which is the best in the market. Because people, he was a talented person but not able to negotiate well. That is only made him to move that, but made him also to earn the name of a hopper. So the compensation and benefits are the very important aspects of that, the talent life cycle management. And last, you need to have the plan for a career growth, the development, training part, the continuous learning part has to happen. This is what a total of a talent life cycle management. Now I am going to go in depth of each and everything, what is happening in terms of the attraction to career growth part, the fifth part of it. And of course people also leave, retirement will be there, attrition will be there. We are looking for lifelong employment. If you take Toyota or some of the Japanese companies, still they work for people who joined at the age of 20, 20 or mid-20s. They continue till their retirement in the company. Same thing is happening, but the current scenario is not looking forward for them. What we did, I am just taking you to some of the points. We identified about 19 initiatives to keep the talent life cycle into the intact so that we are able to make it. The 19 initiatives we thought which will help us to understand. This is what most of the companies practice, most of the companies follow. So in terms of attraction and selection, if I want to attract the right talent, what I need to do? I need to have the clear-cut job requirements, the workforce planning, and see that I am able to engage them. I am able to, every company today look forward for each and every person's activities are listed out, and then they make the outcome of it what is to be done. So what is my workforce requirements? I plan it at the beginning of the year. Most companies do it. And they also need to have a clear-cut JD and JS. As I told you, you take a Ola driver or Uber driver, even his JDs are clearly written. The moment a customer call comes to you, the customer enters you, what he has to do? The moment a client gets into the car, what he has to do? He should ask for the OTP so that the communication starts, the process starts. If he doesn't put the OTP, the problem. He will not be able to communicate, he will not be able to take. Sometimes they do it. They tell us, sorry sir, this trip I am not going to meet, I will cancel my trip. Let us, you can pay the amount separately. They do that. But again, so the JDs clearly start the first step, they say that this is your first step. Same way with the Swiggy person, the deliverer. who is going to say I am a partner in that, or a Zomato person, whomever it may be. They have the clear-cut roles. The moment the order comes, they go to the restaurant to pick the order. Once the order is picked, they come back, deliver it. After delivery, they want you to write signed or the payment has to be made. Then they also ask you to give a rating. Because the moment you don't give rating, they may not get their incentive. So it's all clearly defined. So an organization, when we want to attract the right clear talent, today, the moment I call for a candidate for interview or I tell that this position is vacant, the candidate's first question will be, what will be my JD? The JD or the JS, we call the job specifications. What are the contents of the JD? The job description should clearly say that what is the roles and responsibilities of the individual. The major roles, please understand. Individual, that's why we are very clear from HR perspective. We also add a last sentence, a disclaimer. Because many times our people say that, sir, this is what my JD, I followed my JD 100%, I did that. Then I said that there is a difference between a blue collar and a white collar, you need to know that. So we put a disclaimer stating that these are all illustrative, beyond which also a part of the job will add. So your JD will give you the roles and responsibility of individual. It also says that what are the competencies you require to perform the job. In terms of the competencies, we call that the competencies which are fundamental for the organization. Fundamental, for example, in teaching, what are the fundamentals, how to teach, like that, just example. So fundamental for the job, what he has to do. Fundamental for the, if you say again the Ola, Uber, fundamentals, keep the car clean, that's fundamental. So fundamental competencies are must. Then you also need the functional competencies, then the behavioral competencies, what we need to. That is to be specified clearly in the JD. So roles and responsibilities, the competency part, then it comes the work in tracks. Work in tracks talks about the work whom we have to go on interact. Internally, which are the departments you need to connect. Externally, whom you have to connect. Because the moment I come to know I'm going to talk to X, Y, Z in the organization, that's what the cross function which is happening for the job. I must know what type of interactions I'm going to do with them. If it is not clear, I may start with a vague condition. So the JD should specify that what are the types of work interacts you are going to have it, what is it internal and external. The job description also should tell you what is my authority. Many times people have joined organization in a bigger position, if they don't know what is their authority, they find it tough to go. But what amount of authority is there to carry out my activities in terms of the taking care of my subordinates or payment processing or the other activities. So clear-cut authorities to be defined in the job description. Then final part comes as the experience and qualification which is there. Can you guess how many amount of job descriptions will be available in a company like IBM? IBM has about 1 lakh people. Any guess? 1 lakh plus, I just say in here. 1 lakh plus. Any amount of that number of job descriptions? Any guess? 10. 10. 10,000. Any guess? Wild guess? 1,000. Initially, the IBM, when they defined the process to attract the right talent and thing, they were able to collect the information on the jobs performed by every individual. We call that as a job clarification questionnaire. The information is collected. At that time, people thought that out of 1 lakh, everybody said, my job is unique. I am the superior in the organization. So each and every person has clearly defined their roles and responsibilities and written and given to them. It had come around 18,000. So 18,000 unique jobs. The company felt it very, that much is not there because most of the people are doing repeated. If you take the job of a student, almost everyone same. Okay. Maybe somebody who is the part of association would add sub-secretary role and president role, chairman role, it goes up. So then they worked on it, they fine-tuned it, at the end they come down to 600 jobs, that's all. Total for 1 lakh people, they have only 600 JDs. So everyone will fit into that. Similar to a company like us where we have a 2000 supervisory store, when we started this exercise, everybody told me my job is unique. We were out of 2000, 1200 people told me that my job is unique. So we had about 1200 JDs. Imagine how to manage. If I want to fit in someone new to this role, each and every time I have to go and see this. Then we fine-tuned it. Then exercise was given to me. I wrote about JDs for so many people, collecting the information from them. We have come down to 300. Today, an organization like Breaks India, all our people, whoever is coming in the supervisory or manager or executive role, only fit into these 300 jobs. I add a new job if there is a new skills required in the market or the new knowledge. Sometimes back we never thought of electronics procurement. Today we think that it's a new job, but also there is some obsolete jobs also happening. Some of the jobs are becoming obsolete, not there. So there can be a clear-cut definition of JDs. That is the starting point for attracting the right talent. The second point, you need to have a sourcing. What are the channels, communication you need to keep that? Your organization communication is very important. The moment I call for a talent, I call for a job, the candidate would like to know about my company. Where will he see about my company? Through profile, company website, or he may go into the other company, he may go and look for a company which is a shareholding, you will see what is the market shares, how is the company is progressing, all these details, you look at that. So today your channel of communication need to be very, very clear in terms of the candidates, and also you need to have the branding, the brand image. Each and every college, each and every company, each and every has got a own brand image. If I ask you which are the company you will prefer to work, most of us will say that I would like to work for Google. Am I right? Somebody may end up in Google, I am very clear on that. You need to have that, your ambition should be clear, you need to have a clear path, you need to work hard for it. So you need to create the brand for your own first, that is self, because that will make you to sell. The company also need to have their own branding on it. The third point is the selection part. Today, technology is helping. Today, if you have the tools like Watson, IBM Watson, where you can put the candidate, the moment all the CVs comes, it screens and tells which are the potential candidates. We talk about, even there are companies which ask you to upload your marks from 10, 12, all these things, whatever your social media pattern, how do you behave on that. They are able to screen you and tell that what type of person, will you stay for the company, will you be able to add value. All that are happening in terms of the selection process, assessment part. Most of the companies are moved towards the competency based assessment. The interviews are happening based on the competencies required for the job. The behavioral based interviews, we call as BEI, behavioral event interview. So they are look at it whether the candidate will be a potential fit in terms of the attitude. Then comes the aptitude, because they feel that a person can be trained, but if they don't have the right attitude, they will not be able to move on that. And the last part, on part of attraction, I attract the best talent. Even you must be wondering when I tell the truth. We brought in about 26 engineers this year out of the best from the colleges. We tell them very clearly the moment they get the offer, if you are not interested, please don't join, so that I can give a opportunity to the next man. There are people who joined and left on the first day. Why they left? We tell them that if you are going for higher education, you are having a plan for higher education, don't continue. Ultimately what happened, when we tell that on the first day, they left. That's one thing. Maybe they are not happy or they are not feeling that the job is not making me. I just come, have a look and then left. They also spoil the chance of others. So I need the right induction. Today what I do, I tell all my people who are part of my recruitment team, see that these informations are given upfront. What type of nature of job, what type of JD will be there, what type of working environment, who is going to be his boss, because they start Googling. Some of the boss, I am telling, after 1 year I allotted some trainees to some of the assumptions. Within a span of 7 days they left. I asked them, what made you leave in 7 days? Sir, I don't want to work under this boss. All the feedback what I got, the rating, just like rating about your boss has also been available. So today you need to have a very clear cut induction so that the people are having the orientation to the organization. They are also able to have the buddies, the mentors, all these are to be defined. This makes the first part of talent life cycle to bring in the best talent on board to the organization. Any organization, you take all over, they also see that they are having any crime record, crime details, what about the background verification, all this being done before they engage a driver. Sometimes something goes wrong, then they say that we have not done it. In an organization like us, where we strongly believe that people with values, ethics will come back, even we found there are people who are unethical. We are indisciplined. They didn't come on that. We were wrong in our recruitment process. So we have to weed them out. It may happen one in now out of 100, we also make mistakes. But right organization, look for the right talent. This is the first point. Second point, once I engage, I see that these people have to contribute, I need to measure their satisfaction levels at regular intervals. We need to conduct a pulse survey, or we need to conduct regular surveys at regular intervals whether people are happy or they contribute. If I don't measure their pulses, I may think that all are happy. It may not be. At the end of it, what happens? One fine morning, if the market opens up, I may lose the best talent. My eye parts will be poached by the competitors. So how to make it? So I need to measure the satisfaction level at regular intervals and by means of surveys. Most organizations do it today. I come from a traditional engineering company. The company is such that the personnel and HR department is so vibrant. We are living in a world that if an employee wants an information, he should come to me. But the moment they want to come, many people don't like that. They want to only come at the time of joining and the time of leaving. They don't want to come only for some training, which I used to say that. Even I used to say that sometimes that they get married or they construct house, they don't even give invitation to. Many of the time it's not happened to me. In all my 25 years, I know that how many people have done. Sometimes I don't and may not be able to go. So what is that? So why should they come to us? Why should they? Because they want to know the policies which is applicable to me. Today's employees are very clear that whatever is applicable to me, whatever my eligibilities in terms of welfare, whatever my eligibilities in the organization, what is my perquisite, everything give a clear-cut writing. So what we have to do, any organization should have to have a clear-cut policies defined, the handbooks. We also moved from a traditional approach coming to HR and personal for the policies. Now we use the internet platform, the intranet platform, so that we publish the policies, update it at regular intervals. The policies are being published, the employee welfare related, the employee can very easily know what is applicable to me, which was not there 10 years back. We are transparent now. If you ask me how many policies are published, we have also gone from a 0 to almost around 60. Still 50 policies not published. Why? We think that it may create some other problem. We are hesitant. We are not transparent. But the next gen workforce will ask me, tell me openly. That's what is the next generation. So, organization need to have the clear-cut policies published. We need to have the management communication. As I told you today, the communication in terms of business, the communication in terms of achievement has to happen. Most of the organizations have the town hall meetings. I don't know how many of you read newspapers. 2 days back there was a newspaper message in Times of India that the people in T Nagar wants a town hall meeting to improve the security and safety system, the transport systems, the Panagal Power, the Pondicherry, that's what I do. Today the town hall meetings are one of the points which most organizations follow. They communicate the organization business results to the employees openly and then do it. We do communication in our organizations in terms of the functions, where we have a meeting with directors, open all, in terms of the New Year lunch or the Ayuda Puja functions or some other festivals, where we see that the top management comes and communicate the business perspective, organization next level perspective, where are we going to go. This communication keeps the employees updated, either through in the form of a written or in terms of the oral. The communication to be updated should be there, and the communication should be very transparent, even in terms of the performance management. Very important, today's youngsters don't prefer to stick to the same job. They look forward for varieties, they look forward for roles, changes. What support needed? I may get a support in a particular role because of my superior. When I move from one role to other role, it's question of alignment comes. I need to get aligned. Maybe you would have experienced the moment you have done your UG and come and joined a PG, you must have, some of you would have taken in a week's time, you are able to get along with all the people. Some of you still may not be able to get along with all. Am I right? If you ask the question of 57 people who are present here, can you able to tell me all the 56 who are there, your colleagues, what is their background? Is it possible? Only few may succeed and tell that yes, I know about all. They know about them. Because they want to learn about them, they want to move with the people on them. Others may not be interested in that. Similar in organization also, we need to provide the right kind of support to make you to know that what is happening. The role change support has to be given on that. Then the mentorship, most organizations today do it. They assign a senior person to do the role of a mentoring. The mentors are very clear, the mentoring process has to happen at regular intervals. I hope here also mentoring will be there. I've seen in many of the colleges that the mentoring happen where each and every staff is assigned with 10 mentees, where they are able to talk to them, able to uplift the performance of the individuals continuously, where they go and talk that. So the mentoring is one of the structured process being followed in most of these successful organizations. The organizations which want to move towards success also working on the mentoring part. That's why I said the buddy system, where the young engineers move with the seniors who are of similar nature, similar age, and seniors who are much distant with mentoring. And also I say that today I look forward for another type of mentoring we call as a reverse mentoring. Being a Gen Zs and millennials, where we look at the learning, what you do with your span of control, with the span of network, what you have is much more. Organizations like us are looking forward also for the reverse mentoring. We learn a lot from youngsters. So these type of mentorings help us, because the moment I start listening to you, the moment I start hearing to you, you feel that you have been given an opportunity to present your case. So that is what makes the organization to keep the engagement levels more. So the mentoring makes an important part of it. Then also culture, the traditional culture of each and every organization. Veltech has got its own culture. 15 or 25 years of the organization makes it have their own culture. TVS has got its own culture. Infosys has got its own culture. We say the culture of the organization makes you the people to. Why do I continue this organization? Somebody asked me. When you feel that you are not satisfied with the current emolument, what is making you to continue? I say the culture. It's the makes me feel that I am part of the family. I have been taken care. My family is taken care. The organization doesn't follow the principles like pink slips, other things. They don't do it. Even I don't perform at my worst of situation. The organization gives me a lending hand so that I can able to come up. So that is the important part of engaging and retaining the top talent. Please understand, look for the organization culture. If you are part of an HR, if you are part of any organization, see that you are able to be a brand ambassador to improve the culture of the organization. Why do I say that culture? The moment I go in, I know that I recently happened to travel on the time of election to Shoringu, where there are about 15 to 20 vehicles were stopped for checking. The vehicles were all stopped for, they were all doing the checking for the purpose of any money is being taken. The moment my vehicle was, I was working on my laptop, the policeman told, okay sir, you are from TVS, you make it. What made him tell that? It's only the image. He thought that TVS means it's culture, they don't carry all that. That is what is important for an organization to engage people on that. So you need to create your own culture and it should be consistent. It should be consistent and keeping on that. Moving forward, the performance management. Any questions? Any questions before we move forward? I talked about two important aspects of the talent lifecycle management, where you need to take the right talent, bring them, see that they are engaged. Now onwards, people start performing, they do the job, the role, they carry out the job, they work on a day-to-day basis, they are getting aligned with the work, they are getting involved with the work. How to see that at the end of the day they need to be measured, the performance to be done. You need to have a clear-cut performance assessment system. The objective setting, the KRAs need to be set very clearly at the start of the year. What is my key result activities, what I need to do work on it, what is my measurable objectives, what is the value it is going to give, 60-40, whether it's going to be there. Are you going to only measure the objective part, what is that? So we thought that the objective part is there. So in our case, how do we measure the performance? When I give an objective for individual, it may be an individual oriented or a team centric oriented. The individual need to carry out, results are to be measured. Not all objectives will achieve the results. So I cannot say that somebody is not able to achieve out of 4 objectives, 3 objectives. I cannot say this is bad. Maybe the situation would have warranted him not to complete his objectives. So what we do, we give a weightage in terms of the performance measurement. If somebody is able to make the objectives, we give them about 40% of the time, 40% of the value, 40% of the marks. Then what next? Remaining 60. So how to assign the remaining 60? I look at the individual's value system. What type of value system is there? Value system has got a very important meaning for every individual. Your honesty, your commitment, your vibrancy, your communication, your dedication, all these part of your value system. How much amount of value system the individual is practicing, individual is exhibiting. So we give a weightage of 10 for the value system. So only 40 is for the objectives, whatever it may be. 10 is for the value system of individuals. Remaining what? The third 50%. we look at the individual's competency part. Today he may not be able to achieve the required objectives, but are he having the required competencies, the present competencies or the future competencies? I call competencies in terms of three parts. We call them as a RAT competencies. The RAT is nothing but in terms of the behavior, is he able to create a relationship in working with others? The R part of it. Is he able to have a planning? Is he able to utilize the right resources? Is he able to give the desired results? It's called as the action competencies. One is the relationship competencies. The other one is the action competencies. The third part, being a management graduates or an engineer, what I look forward? I look forward for them to do something innovation, something to add value. What value they can do it? I want them to do this. I don't want them to do a routine job, which is all standardized. So how much amount of thinking happening on them? So whether they are able to think towards the strategies which is required for the next general organization, they are able to see the focus for the next level of businesses. So I look at all these three part of my performance management. I look at the competency part. We value about 30% of mark for a competency, the RAT part we call it as. Then comes the 20. So 40 goes for the objective process, 10 goes for the value system, 30 for the competency. What next? 20 is how much amount of self-drive and motivation the individual is having. Is he able to drive himself in an abnormal situation? Is he able to perform in difficult situations? Is he able to take the ownership and then do it? I look at that. So this forms my entire process of evaluation on it. Why do I say that? If I am more transparent in my assessment, people will be happy, because today they want it. Even the students are very clear. Today I have seen in some of the colleges where papers evolved or given to the students at the end of the semester, where they can see that the marks what I received is correct or not. Am I satisfied or not? I heard in one of the autonomous college where I am a board member, what is the amount of satisfaction the people are there? They are doing that. I asked how much amount. They said almost 95% of people are satisfied. I told them, still you work on it so that the remaining 5% are also satisfied. Because it is difficult to satisfy all. But this 95% of people know that, okay, I got the right marks. Similarly, in performance management also, any organization, if they are very transparent in terms of the assessment, the organization is moving from a level called as good to great. They move to the next level of organization. They feel that the employees feel that I have been recognized, I have been awarded what I need to get, I work on it. So we also do a very clear objective setting process. Every organization does it, performance assessment part. Then it comes the criteria as I told you. Then the process. Most organizations may talk about that we don't follow the normal curve. Today still the organization follows the normal curve, where outstanding people are the same thing, what we call it as a relative rating being followed in the colleges. Every organization does the relative rating. Still in practice, some may say that it is not there, yet to find out the right method of approach on that. Then the fourth bucket, it comes to the next part, the compensation part. I have been able to get the right talent, engage them, my performance assessment there. If I don't pay them well, if I don't pay them at par with the market, people who don't stay. So what organization do it? They do a regular compensation survey. We do regular compensation survey for the auto industry. We do uses the specialists in terms of the people who are able to do the survey, like Mercer, the Cerebras, the Heaven. We use them E&Y, see that we are at par with them. Where are we? Where are we in terms of the median? So that we do the compensation strategy, we do it. We also have the fixed compensation, variable part based on the individual's performance. Fixed is for all, variable varies depends on the performance. Today most organizations see that almost 20 to 30% of the component is variable, that depends on individual's performance. So if you have the right compensation strategy, upfront people are looking forward. I recruited a few engineers from other companies now, they say that after 6 months, what will I get? Tell me now. I said it will vary from your performance. He said, yes sir, I know that I will be able to perform best. That's why you recruited me. Tell me if I perform at 100%, what will I get? If I perform beyond 100%, what will be my this one? We also very clearly tell them, if you perform at 50%, you will get this. If you perform at a rate of 66%, you will get this. If you perform at 80%, you will get this. 100, 120. So we have 5 buckets. We see that you are able to make it. That's called as the compensation strategy on that. The structure is being decided on. The last part, very important. I come to the organization with the hope that I am able to grow. I want to grow in the ladder. Today most organizations are looking forward two types of growth. One is the growth in terms of the designations. The designations, next level designation. All of us look forward to the fancy designation, but definitely we want a growth. Even a child in first standard or LKG, the moment you ask him what will be his ambition, he says, I want to go to first standard. LKG student asks, I want to go to first standard, second standard. Like that it goes. When we are young, we think that how can I go to next level. Same way in organization, all we people have the ambition to move forward. I have people who have grown enormous, fast trackers we call them, where they grow year on year, the designation change because of performance. Just like moving Virat Kohli from a star performer to an Indian captain and A+ rating, what you see there. It's also there in there also. A+ rating, he is an A+ rating. If he doesn't perform, automatically he will come down. Maybe he will not be given the contract. So the performance management very important in terms of the career and development path. So grade structures are there, career growths are there. You have grade structure like A+. Similarly, we have a 12 grade structure. Every organization has got its own grade structure. We also do the potential assessment, where these people can go. We call the I